Oh, there's an off-leash dog. What do I do? You guys, it is the worst thing in the world. Trust me, I know from unfortunate experience. It's happened to me countless times, and it's never fun, no matter which way you cut it. Whether it's with my own personal dogs or my clients' dogs over the years, getting run up on by an off-leash dog sucks. But there are things that you can do to reduce the stress significantly or even avoid the whole situation in the first place. My name is Tom Davis, and I'm a professional dog trainer specializing in canine behavior and human education with canines, teaching you, the dog owner, how to communicate with your dog. One of the biggest questions I get from dog owners all around the world is, what do you do when an off-leash dog comes running up to you and your dog? Now, whether your dog is happy, old, reactive, playful, off-leash dogs can be dangerous no matter what. So here are 3 things that I thought of that I've done in the past, my clients have done in the past that have helped with off-leash dogs. And not only helped big time because you freeze up and you don't know what to do. Let's get into it. Number 1, avoid. Now this sounds silly or even like, duh, of course, but you'd be surprised how many people just freeze up and feel like they have to go through with this situation. And you guys don't have to. If you see an off-leash dog running around, oh no, what do we do? You don't have to walk forward. You don't have to push forward. Take a deep breath, look around, and find an exit for you and your dog so you can be successful. All you do is you turn, you walk the other way as quietly as you can. I try not to be seen by the off-leash dogs. I turn away and I avoid at all costs to avoid the stressful situation or worse, a dog fight. And I used to think, nah, that's their problem. This is good for my training. It's really not like that. Just get out of there if you can. Number 2, be big, be scary. Try to scare the other dog away when an off-leash dog approaches. You gotta yell, you gotta scream, and you gotta shout at the incoming dog. Back when I was a dog walker, I would carry a product called Halt Spray, which is a small can of pepper spray I'll leave right here to warn off off-leash or aggressive dogs. This is something you'll see every UPS mailman, Amazon driver carry as well. You could also carry an air horn to try to scare off the other dog. This is also helpful if the dog owner is near, and they will hopefully hear the dog in distress or you in distress and come get their dog and put them under control. Because a lot of people just let their dogs go and sit there and do emails. They don't even realize what's going on. But just so you know that if you have the friendliest, most playful dog in the world and they're excited and they got the wiggle butts and they're coming right along and your dog's excited and the other dog's excited and it's friendly, that's totally fine. Let them play. You got lucky. But most of my clients have reactive dogs, fearful dogs, and off-leash and rude dogs is the absolute last thing that they need in their life. Okay, number 3, obedience. I'm gonna run through this first here and then I'm gonna demonstrate it outside to show you exactly how this works. I always carry an extra leash with me. And when you see an off-leash dog, you should immediately put your dog into a downstay or hand the leash off to somebody else if your obedience isn't that good. This gives you enough space to warn the other dog off from you and your dogs. All right, so this is exactly how it works. You're out with your dog and you see an off-leash dog. I always have an extra leash with me. It's something I carry every single walk, no matter who I'm walking or where. So you're out for a walk. Oh crap, there's an off-leash dog. They're running around. They see you, you see them. They're running towards you, or they're gonna see you at some point. You can't move away. Stay. Put your dog into a down, put your dog into a sit, put your dog into a stay. She just had TPLO surgery, so she's just chilling, standing. But what I do is I go and I'll put myself between my dog and the other dog. If the dog is friendly and just slipped out of the backyard and they're just running around town, or they're friendly in general, I'll get down, I'll call them over, I'll use my leash, I'll leash them up, and I'll find the owners. Or if they're aggressive or they're barking or you don't know the dog and you don't know how they're gonna be, this gives you safe distance between you and the dog. So you can really kind of like a rodeo clown, move the dog away from your dog, and also your dog is in position. Now, one question we get when we're talking about this, I was just talking about this in Netherlands, and everyone was just blown away. They're like, holy crap, I'd never even thought of that, is what if the dog passes you and your dog? Well, at that point, you have to let your dogs be dogs. Unfortunately, you got to keep your dog safe. Do everything you can that we're talking about in this video to keep the other dog away. But this situation, again, if you have the obedience, it's huge. You have to have good obedience. You have to be able to communicate with your dog. I want you to stay here no matter what. I'm going to go handle this. So that's exactly what this looks like. I've done it several times. It's not just me talking. It actually works. I've done it a bunch. So let's move on. Now, in order to do number 3, you'll need very good obedience. And if you feel like your obedience isn't there, or you want to tighten up your relationship with your dog, well, you're in luck, because right now you can save $100 off my Kickstarter course. Actually, all of my courses are $100 off using this code. You can head over to tomdaviscourses.com or click the link in my description. For number 3, I have personally done this several times, and it's really helpful. And I know that you guys are living in all sorts of different areas. You live in cities, you live in rural areas, you're out hiking, you're out in a field, whatever the case may be. If you can put your dog into a down or a stay or sit in a stay, or hand your dog off to somebody else and approach the dog assertively, put your shoulders straight, put your chest out, and walk towards the dog with that spare leash that you should be carrying whenever you're out for a walk with dogs, especially if you live in an environment where there are other dogs to be off leash. Once you approach the other dog, you're trying to leash them up and find the owners, or at least save your dogs from fighting. Hell, I remember back in the day when I was a dog walker, being outside with dogs all the time, every single day as a living. I would even do the same thing with my clients' dogs. I would tie them up to a little tree, I would go and approach the off-leash dog, and I would leash them up, and the dog just slipped out of their yard. The dog just got out, and the owners aren't even home, they're at work, and they didn't even know that this happened. And I've walked just a random dog and my clients' dogs all the way back, and I find the home for the dog, or I post it on Facebook. So these things happen. Not every single off-leash dog is going to come out and hurt you guys, but again, majority of you guys watching this video and why you clicked on this is because you have a reactive, fearful dog. And my St. Bernard Thompson, he was aggressive towards other dogs, so I know firsthand how it feels to have a 150-pound dog that doesn't like other dogs to be walking around a neighborhood, walking around a trail, and all of a sudden this off-leash dog comes about. Now, I also will say that I have my dogs off leash all the time, but I have the control, the immediate control, to get them back to me safely and, of course, responsibly. So I'm not trying to deem anybody for having off leash dogs or make them feel bad or they're doing something wrong, but if you don't have good control or good obedience, you should never let your dogs off leash, but that's a whole other video. So just know, try to scare the dogs away and do everything you can to protect you and yours. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.